Howdy and aloha, everyone. James with Monotalk. Welcome. Thank you for being here, etc., etc. Let's get to it. All right. Yeah, Pam Bondi. She's writing letters again, but this time her name's on it and there's a date. Thank you, Pam. It's just, I'm not seeing anything. Look, number of arrests, Russian collusion hoax, nothing. January 6th, nothing. Mar-a-Lago raid, nothing. Not even, remember Stop the Steal with Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell? Well, that's coming back, by the way. Sidney Powell's been all over X, which is good. And she's got a lot of information on Dominion machines, but I'm not hearing anything. Shouldn't that be the Department of Justice doing something like that? Yes, it should. Biden's auto pen, we found out, pardoned Biden's mythical auto pen pardoned Anthony Fauci. And I, for a long time, told everybody, if you can put him in jail for all his crimes for decades, especially for COVID, this orange doesn't, it tastes bland, but it's an orange and it's good. Then that's it. It's discovery. Everything's open. Once he's convicted of misleading, malicious, lying, I mean, we've got him lying countless times in regards to masks and the vaccine, and I mean, the fact, it just gets, it's overwhelming. Just pick one. There's tons. How COVID, how the vaccines are going to stop transmission, and then they don't, and they have all the information, everything he said. I mean, you can go through a few hours of information that he had in the hearings with Rand Paul, which was bullshit, didn't mean anything. Rand Paul is all about these fucking hearings that do nothing. Congressional hearings, from what I've known for decades, are basically dog and pony shows. They're nothing. We want actual charges, right? 2020 election, we all know that was bullshit. Epstein pedophile arrest, we all know there's a client list, but for some reason, I guess there's not a client list. So then why was gasoline and this guy supposedly killed himself in jail, that some of these cameras, just for some odd coincidental reason, failed? So we don't have all the angles of what happened. And there's a lot of editing in those videos as well that were received by, Cash and whoever, Pam or whatever. COVID-19, the Vastas, nothing there, people, nothing there. Benghazi, you might get a little something out of that, I would say. Doge findings, and yeah, all the Doge findings, that's fucking just huge. That's huge. There's so much information in regards to Doge and the money laundering paper trail, which I know they found. I mean, are they using it as leverage? Because I don't want leverage, right? This is what MAGA wanted. Maha wanted. Make America healthy again. Massa, make America safe again. This is what we wanted. We were hoping that this guy was going to be so pissed that they took a shot at him and hit him. Thankfully, just the tip of his earlobe, that he was going to come back and go, you know what, you motherfuckers, you want to try to take me out, bitches? Right? Now I'm going to just leverage you with all this information and get bills passed. No. Get rid of them. I've told you this time and then Ukraine impeachment, and then we just found out there's this big scandal of money, and Zelensky's already told us that a lot of that money went back to where it came from. It's the big fucking revolving circle jerk loophole thing of money going back into these people's pockets, like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell and a few other fucking Repiglicans out there, and pretty much every Demoncrat. I mean, look in the past. Building 7, Gulf of Tonkin, Chicago black sites, Flint water crisis. Let me try this water. I'm Obama. Oh, this tastes great. Even though I got it from fucking a bottled water canister. Iran-Contra, Gary Webb, the NDA, National Defense Authorization Act, along with the Patriot Act, was, stripping away our citizens' rights. It's just crazy. Bilderberg Group, Bohemian Grove, Abu Ghraib, Guantanamo Bay. There's just so much. Right? MK Ultra, Operation Northwood, Operation Paperclip. I already told you guys about Desert Storm, and you've heard my voice say many times about the Covidiot. COVID and idiot put together makes one compound word in a sense. Covidiot. Somebody did a really good. I'll take that. I'll play that on the break. I'm gonna have a break on this, but I got to get into some of this stuff. It's just fucking crazy. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's wrong. We've got to have some accountability. We've got to see her fucking do something. Come on, Pam. Right? I mean, I could read. Let me just. What is this now? What is her gig with this? Okay. The following the flawed Third Circuit decision disqualifying Alina Habba from performing her duties in the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of New Jersey, I am saddened to accept Alana's resignation. Is that what this is? The court's ruling has made it uneditable for her to effectively run for her office, with politicized judges pausing trials designed to bring violent criminals to justice. These judges should not be able to countermand the president's choice of attorneys entrusted with carrying out the exclusive branch's core responsibilities of prosecuting crime. The situation is particularly unfortunate given Alina's strong record of achievement in office. Under her leadership, Newark saw a 20% reduction in crime. Camden experienced its first summer in 50 years without a homicide. The Department of Justice will seek further review of this decision, and we are confident it will be reversed. Alina intends to return to lead the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of New Jersey if this occurs. In the meantime, Alina will be continuing with her Department of Justice as senior advisor to the Attorney General for U.S. attorneys, helping drive the fight against violent crimes nationwide. Attorney General Pammm, December 8, 2025. You're saving your friend's job. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And yeah, I get it. It's bullshit. You've got a bunch of fucking Obama appointed judges, right? They're all slanted and it's all bullshit. But hey, let's get to the real shit. Let's get to the stuff that we voted for Trump for, that we knew, hoping this cabinet was going to actually put some people in jail. It's been a year. Okay? We had 22 days until it's a full year, and nobody's been charged with shit. Nobody in Congress, especially the J6 committee. That is one that needs to definitely be first and foremost. And I'm hearing they're going to wait till the midterms. No. Don't. Get them prosecuted. Get them in jail now. The list is pretty long, and if you keep fucking waiting, Donald Trump, I'm freaking telling you, bro. I'm telling you, and I know you mean well, and I know you're doing right, and I understand the chess, the backgammon, the checkers you play with these guys sometimes, right? The Connect Four, whatever the fuck you're doing, the Jenga. You don't have time on this. You need to make sure these people start getting arrested now. And not just arrested, but prosecuted and charged with criminal crimes where they are in prison in orange suits. Now, you can't, just the charges during a midterm or right before a midterm isn't going to help you, because it's still up in the air. It's still, you have to go through the process. You have to show the evidence. You have to let it go here and up to the highest level of courts. Let that happen. Start it now, because you know it's not going to be a fucking month and a half, 2 month, 3 month process. It's going to take about 6 months, maybe even a year, because it's going to get dragged out. But if you start now, this is my concern, and it should be yours, Donald Trump. You should be charging these people that assisted with the Russian collusion hoax, January 6th, Mar-a-Lago raid, Biden out of pen, 2020 election, Epstein pedophile arrests, COVID-19, vax deaths, Benghazi, Dodge findings. Man, that could have just got me pulled right there. COVID-19, that was all together. It was all together. Benghazi, Doge findings. Shit. Doge findings. Ukraine impeachment hoax and all that other shit. And the list goes on and on. Don't even get me started on Building 7. Don't even get me started on the Pentagon. Don't even get me started on 9/11. Right? But we need the reason why we voted for you and I voted for you is you were going to get shit done. But there's this infighting with Loomer and MTG and this fucking weirdo Nick Fuentes and all these other fucking crazy people out there, this bickering shit, while nobody's going to jail. Nobody's getting charged. Yet this guy still sitting as the mayor, right, who believes, and his team and his entire following believes in Sharia law. You know, marry kids at 15 and stone women to death and all this other, you know, I could be exaggerating there, but it's just crazy. And now, recently, he wants all the homeless back on the street. I think he's going to offer him something, but you're talking about. Here's the problem, and I could go on and on and on the shit that's happening, kind of here, there, and everywhere. This the fog that's happening around us. But you're waiting too long, Don, Mr. Trump, Mr. President Trump, legitimately President Trump. It's the Christmas present, the Christmas gift that we want under that tree for MAGA, Masa, MAFA, Make America First Again. Under that tree is charges filed against all of them, everybody involved. Now, it might go in. There's still some Democratic Obama and Biden appointed judges out there. I get it. And they're going to try to finagle and kick shit off like they did with Comey and some other things. But you're appealing that. We get it. Just appeal it. Bring it back up. Bring it back in. Get it to the higher court. You've got to start now. They're going to do it with all of them anyway. But you can't let just the charges alone isn't going to do it. You've got to see some of these people actually be handcuffed and put into a jail cell. You can't fucking think you're gonna lose the House or the Senate if you don't. I'm telling you right now. Mark my words. If you can get some of these J6ers, if committee people in jail, if you can get some Mar-a-Lago raids, some Russiagapalooza hoax people in jail, if you can get especially the J6ers, those are the committee that should be now. That should have been like a month ago, honestly, a couple months ago. Now I've been waiting for this stuff, and I know you've been, putting your stuff together, but you've had time. You've got a big crew, If Pamm's not willing to do it, then get somebody else. If Cash is not willing to do it, then get somebody else. I honestly don't care who you put in, as long as you get the fucking job done, right? Let's be honest, as long as you get the job done. That's the goal. I'm frustrated, just like a lot of people. Right? I hate every time I click on fucking PSA, the pro-vaxxer trolls and bots are out in full force. Yeah, they always are. Yeah. They always are. They're out there working for Big Pharma. They get checks. I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, they definitely are. I'm going to give it a like there. Circa. I can't even say her name right. I got to call her. I think I got her number. And there's so much other stuff. Let's go to Truth real quick, and I'll show you. Okay, so here's the new thing. The new thing now, and I mean these people, I don't fucking get it. It's just lunacy to me. There's a narcotics. Stop with the nomenclature for one. Okay, Dan. Okay, Cash. Stop with the no. Speak in layman terms. I'm telling you, it works. You have to speak to everybody like they're third, fourth, fifth graders. It's just the way it works in this country right now. And you have to say the entire word. You may need to abbreviate it. Excuse me, define it. You know, narcotics, drugs, illegal drugs that are being taken across the border illegally through boats that are filled with thousands of pounds of cocaine or fentanyl or stuff that's destroying our country and killing, which Trump said it was like 25 million people, 25,000 people a day or something of that nature. Or a year. I'm not sure, but it's just a fucking god-awful, terrible, terrible number. You know, and then you still have the cartels and Big Pharma that are still all over the... Still getting the presidents. You know, we'll deal with that later, but for now... President Trump has the royal flush. I've said this countless times. The royal flush meaning he's got the 10 of spades, jack of spades, joker of, not joker of spades, jack of spades, queen of spades, king of spades, and ace of spades. He's got the best hand right now of anybody at that poker table. We're talking Democrats, we're talking liberals, we're talking independents, we're talking congressional members, judiciaries, executives, he's got the best fucking hand. He's been waiting for them to make their bets. He wants to get the whole fucking table sucked in. They probably think he's got an ace 10, right? And they've all got maybe jacks, or they've got two pair, or they've got the ace king, or maybe they got three of a kind, or a full house, or whatever they got. It's not going to beat the fucking royal flush that Trump has in his hand in regards to criminal evidence, criminal information, criminal actions, treasonous actions that can easily... I've done it. I've proven it to be. I mean, fucking put me as prosecutor. I'd love to walk in there. Yeah. Call me up, Pam. Call me up. I'll show you all my information in regards to 2020. I'll show you all my information in regards to COVID and the fucking genocidal bioweapon mRNA vaccine. I'll show you all that information as well. I mean, there are people like myself on social media, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Rumble, on Facebook, or whatever, that have so much information. Most of it viable, most of it pertinent, and most of it easily connecting the dots to the Demoncrats and their globalist fucking asshole friends like Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, others. You know, the list goes on and on. George Soros. And MAGA, we don't care if some fucking Republicans come down on it. We don't care. We don't care if, and we definitely don't care if all the Demoncrats go down, because most of them should. I mean, just under this right here, right? If you look at this profile, wait. What was that? Oh, right here. Here we go. Just under here, what is this? What is this? Right here. Let's see the story. Venezuela former intelligence leader Hugo Cavallal has informed the Democrat Senator confirmed that Democrat Senator Adam Schiff and Democrat Congressman Eric Swalwell, both of California, are two of the top names on the Venezuela list of U.S. politicians that are receiving millions of dollars in kickbacks and lavish gifts from the Maduro regime. Not going to even go into... I mean, lock them up. Lock them fucking up. It's right... It's... I mean, isn't that probable cause to investigate? Can't they just say, hey, your stuff's being seized, your information's being seized? Right? And is anybody surprised? Because I, for one, am not at all surprised. And the laundry list just gets dirtier and dirtier for the Demoncrat. It just gets bigger and larger. It's just hearsay. It's blah, 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 blah. Oh, these guys are bad. These guys are bad. But nobody's getting handcuffed. Nobody's going to jail. Nobody's getting charged. Nobody's getting prosecuted. I mean, is it real? Because now I'm beginning to wonder. Uh-oh. Now I'm beginning to wonder. I mean, here I was talking about this earlier. Sidney Powell. I'm going to play this one.
I can hardly wait to put forth all the evidence we have collected on Dominion, starting with the fact it was created to produce altered voting results in Venezuela for Hugo Chavez, and then shipped internationally to manipulate votes for purchase in other countries, including this one. It was funded by money from Venezuela and Cuba, and China has a role in it also. We have staggering statistical evidence. We have staggering testimony from witnesses, including one who was personally in briefings when all of this was discussed and planned, beginning with Hugo Chavez and how it was designed there, and then saw it happening in this country. As soon as the state shut down on election night and stopped counting, those are the states where the most egregious problems occurred. We also need to look at, and we're beginning to collect evidence on the financial interests of some of the governors and secretaries of state who actually bought into Arizona, the Dominion systems to line their own pockets by getting a voting machine in that would either make sure their election was successful or they got money for their family from it. Well, for fraud this serious, I think even if the states are stupid enough to go ahead and certify the votes where we know the machines were operating and producing altered election results, then they will be set aside by the fraud also. I mean, we are talking about hundreds of thousands of votes. President Trump won this election in a landslide. It's going to be irrefutable. Patriots are coming forward faster than we can collect their information with testimony they're willing to give under oath about how their votes were stolen and how the machines operated. They were updated the night of the election, sometimes after the election. We've got statistical evidence that shows hundreds of thousands of votes being just put in and replicated. There needs to be a massive criminal investigation, and it's going to affect millions of voters and elections.
I think this is older. I want to check something real quick. I can hardly wait to present all the evidence. Smartmatic was born an electronic tool for Venezuela regime. I know this because I placed the head of IT of the National Election Council in his position. He reported directly to me. The Smartmatic system can be altered. This is a fact. This technology was later exported abroad, excluding to the United States. Regime operatives maintain relationships with election officials and voting machine companies inside your country. Report, Dominion deleted 2.7 million Trump votes nationwide. Data analyst finds 221,000 Pennsylvania votes were switched from President Trump to Biden. 94, yeah, this is old, but what happened? This is part of Stop the Steal, and this is Stop the Steal, and this is why they went after. Sidney Powell, Trump's new AG. Fuck yeah. I think she's tough. She had to take a deal, or they were going to go after her pretty bad. But nobody's protecting her. I think I need to do some information on why they're not protecting this woman. Giuliani's fine, but this is the one that really was trying to get, and she was the one who was actually doing the fucking footwork to save Trump in 2020. When she was coming out, Giuliani was just there to kind of help. I don't think it was obvious that he didn't have all the information. But they raided his house and took all their information in a couple of laptops. Come on. Yep. And per this recent reporting a couple of days ago, Senator Mark Mullins says Venezuela, China, Russia may hold the master key that associates all voting machines in our entire election system. Investigation is underway. By who? Who's investigating it? Right? Whoever designed the systems can enter into those machines with the master key. Venezuela, China, Russia are trying to sow doubt into our election system. They are planning on doing so. This is being looked at very, very heavily. It is. By who? Who is it being looked at? Pammm? Is Pammm looking after it? Because I haven't heard shit. It's not more than just machine rigging. It's the fake voter rolls full of fake, illegal, dead voters, which results in real votes getting canceled by fake ones. It's called voter disfranchisement, a civil rights violation. Now, this goes. Numerous lawsuits have been filed on this basis, and yet the Supreme Court can't figure out how to even deal with what is clearly a constitutional law violation. The Supreme Court is absolutely corrupt and useless at this point. Yeah. 2016, 2020, 24 elections were all rigged to some degree. Each has backstory about the outcomes. The serious no-holds-barred rigging of 2020 was all out. We need to get our election system correct and very soon. Otherwise, many people simply won't vote. Now, I get it. General Finn's pretty always up there correctly. Well, this isn't a foreigner. This is probably an American. Oh, here's a flashback. Oh, look at this. Just stuffing ballots. Some person just stuffing ballots. This is...
The only ballot drop box in Cuyahoga County, Ohio. You can see this one right here, casting your vote. Did you vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter? Carter, okay. We don't want to get too personal with people here, but you can see there's actually a traffic...
They fucking narked on themselves. She's just stuffing that. China is teaching their kids quantum physics. Okay, nobody cares about that. Stop the steal. Smartmatic presents its electronic voting in South Korea. Of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah. The American version of the Smartmatic software has been evolving ever since Obama was installed in 2004. Illinois' then primary, and this is how it was configured during the 2020 steal. And yes, let's look at that. I want to put that in the picture here. Hang on a second. I like to have the information. I am going to say this right now, and I need people to understand this. Did somebody mention to Trump they took somebody tried to kill him like 3 or 4 times now? Has anybody said, hey, I wonder who those people are? Does he even understand it? I don't know if he's getting it. I'm a little concerned. Because if somebody shot at me, that goes into action. Right? This thing right here. And it won't be good on the other end for that person. I'll tell you right. It will not be good on the other end for that person. It will not be good. And so that's the thing I'm saying. I mean, it's not about, I always say when seeking vengeance, you should always dig 2 graves. It's justice that you want. And we want it. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Pammm. Do the guy a job. Surprise him in a good way. Like, hey, by the way, we have all the information we need. It's time to proceed. Let's go. I'd recommend going after the J6er committee first. Okay? I also recommend charges immediately being filed, people handcuffed and arrested. Now. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. He does his hands. Donald does his hands. Now, how does this work? Because I think this might show. I haven't seen this yet, but I wanted to see how this works. Okay. Electronic Registry, Eric, Information Center. There it is. DMV. Ballot, Geolocalization, and canvassing. Get it. GOTV. Phantom registration. Oh, there it is. Albert Sensor, DHS ransomware detection, state voter registration, the internet, Runback electronic services, United States official ballot box. Yeah, that's mail-ins, the ballot orders, vintage mail software. Yeah, just old fucking software and machines. County election center. All right. FireNet, AT&T safety, internet override. It looks like that there. DHS public emergency system, web ES. Oh. Dominion voting tabulator. All in this box. E-poll books. UAC Kaba. Well, I want to do some more research on this. I'm kind of not understanding, but what I am seeing definitely is that there is a system. Somebody has laid it out. It's all right here, Pam. Bach. Chick, come on. Get on it. Get on it. I like this right here. Oh, this is a good one. You see this one? Oh, this is a good one. I like that. That says electronic voting fraud. Yeah, let's target that. Right? Come on, Pam. Get that in your. I gotta keep that one. Here we go. I'm saving this. It's going to Pam. Come on, Pam. Pam, there's your target. Here's another target, Pam. Get to it, for fuck's sakes. I'm going to put it in here, yeah. Yes, bring back Stop the Steal. Come on, woman. As a JAG who actually deployed as an ops lawyer, chief Tini operations support operations freedom convention, do not apply to drug traffickers, especially fuck off. Here's the proof right here, buddy. I'm just gonna show you the proof. Why isn't this opening? Here we go. Yeah, there it is right there, buddy. There's the proof. Right? What is this guy saying?
To use. People were burning buildings and neighborhoods down, and they told you it was. So let me get something straight here. The Dems don't know what a woman is. They don't know which bathrooms men and women are supposed to use. People were burning buildings and neighborhoods down, and they told you it was mostly peaceful. All these criminals that commit these crazy, heinous crimes like rape and murder, they're not criminals. They just have mental illness. But they do know that the picture that you just saw was a fishing boat.
Yeah, those are containers of fentanyl, and they're everywhere. Right? If you're smart, you don't go in those areas. How about that? In those open waters where the Biden administration, as long as every administration for who knows how long, with the Coast Guard and everything and spy satellites, they've been seeing this stuff going back and forth for decades. They know where not to go. Just don't go. And if you go, we're gonna blow. I'm just telling you. No, if you're cruising around, what is that? Stay centered with auto framing. I don't want to do that. If you're cruising around, you and your buddies, you're gonna make $5, $10, whatever $1,000 to transport some deathly poisonous illegal drugs to our country. It's a risk you're going to have to take if that's what you're going to do. But Donald Trump and myself and many others support the fact that, hey, you're on a boat full of fucking narcotics, full of illegal poisonous drugs. and you're heading straight to the United States. We know where you're going. You know why you've got several fish, well, you've got several gas tanks in there getting you as far as you can to make your drop or to relay it or whatever the case may be. We're going to take you out. So if you want to keep going up that fucking dark, dismal ocean road, then keep going. But I'm certainly okay with taking that out. This is the interesting part. This is the fucking interesting part about this. It's just crazy. And by the way, Pammm, and Chuck and Chuck, I want to call him Chuck sometimes. Cash and Dan, but good job, you guys, going after this. And narcotics team out there. I mean, that's awesome. Thank you. Right. But there's also, and I think I have this here. Trump's going to bring back little tiny cars and trucks. Okay, how about just bring back the V8 regular? Let's bring back trucks that are still running to today that have engines that have not gone away. I mean, we're talking the Cummins engines and the big block 327, 354s and the 327 big block. I mean, just engines that never quit. And we need those back, for fuck's sakes. It's just Texas. 0 grades for Bible, Pentagon. Yeah, the pipe bomber, by the way, is not the fucking pipe bomber. It's not. Oh, by the way, it could have been, but he definitely wasn't a MAGA person. They have all the information on that already. They tried to say he was white, Jake Tapper, and then they tried to say he was full MAGA, not working, because they wanted to immediately sling that towards us. Now, what's interesting is Pammm and them came out with this big announcement. Where is it? It's right here. I would love to play this one. Weekend Update with Drunken Raccoon, who says Colin Jost is gay, which he is a fucking fruitball. There's no doubt. And he's not. Sometimes Hollywood marries out of public relations reasons, and that's happened for decades. You should know that already. Sometimes they like to have that image of they're married, they've got kids or whatever, but that's not really the case. They're doing shit that I used to live there. I am just telling you that they're not who they claim to be. In the movies and in person, it's totally different. It's a Fed surrection. That's right. I recommend you guys go watch Mike Benz. He's got some great information. Yes, I'm a definite Star Trek fan. Liberal female psychos. Yeah, here's one of them right here. Crystal ball, terrible. Oh, this is good. You gotta watch this. Let me just play this real quick. Open new tab. Hopefully it's not a fucking commercial. Listen to the gibberish this guy says. Fucking just gibberish.
Here, the number of strikes on suspected boats. There hasn't been a strike since November 17th. We could show our audience here the calendar. There was basically one almost every other day in October, many in November, and none since November 10th, or November 15th, excuse me. The Secretary of War, Congressman Pete Hegseth, said this the other day in the cabinet room, and then I want to pick it up with you on the other side.
We've only just begun striking narco boats. and putting narco-terrorists at the bottom of the ocean. We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now, which is the entire point.
He says it's the entire point. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. No. In fact, he wouldn't agree with that if he thought about it for 2 seconds. The entire point, I guess, is to try to stop drugs from coming into the United States or severely restrict their flow. There's no evidence at this point that the flow has been severely restricted. And again, remember, we're talking about cocaine here. Fentanyl is the primary killer in America. That is what people are overdosing on, and this entire operation has nothing to do with fentanyl.
It's just this fucking dude. It's just fucking. This is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. I had to watch this again because this is the third time I watched. First time I just was like, oh my god, that guy's.
Here, the number of strikes on suspected boats. There hasn't been a strike since November 17th. We could show our audience here the calendar. There was basically one almost every other day in October, many in November, and none since November 10th, or November 15th, excuse me. The Secretary of War, Congressman Pete Hegseth, said this the other day in the cabinet room, and then I want to pick it up with you on the other side.
We've only just begun striking narco boats.
Narcotics, illegal drug smuggling boats. Just stop being lazy and say the whole fucking thing, Pete. Pete, listen up, bro. Say the whole thing. Illegal, poisonous narcotics boats filled with that crap. Boats with illegal, criminal personnel riding along. It's not like a family of four out on a boat trip, bro. It's just a cartel, narcotics transporting illegal poisonous drugs to the United States. I'm just going to let it go? No. Take them out. Take them out.
And putting narco-terrorists at the bottom of the ocean. We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now.
Did you hear that? I gotta play that part. It's good.
Narco-terrorists at the bottom of the ocean. We've had a bit of a pause because it's hard to find boats to strike right now.
Nice. That's it. That's how you stop it. You stop it at the source. I don't know what the and this guy. We gotta hear what this fucking dude says.
It's the entire point.
It's the entire point.
He says it's the entire point. Yes. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No. In fact, he wouldn't agree with that if he thought about it for 2 seconds. The entire point, I guess, is to try to stop drugs from coming into the United States or severely restrict their flow. Agree with that if he thought about it for 2 seconds. The entire point, for 2 seconds, the entire point, for 2 seconds, the entire point, I guess, is to try to stop drugs from coming into the United States or severely restrict their flow. There's no about it for 2 seconds. The entire point, I guess, is to try to stop drugs from coming into the United States or severely restrict about it for 2 seconds. The entire no. In fact, he wouldn't agree with that if he thought about it for 2 seconds. The entire point, I guess, is to try to stop drugs from coming into the United States or severely restrict their flow.
He's like, what did you just fucking say?
There's no evidence at this point that the flow has been severely restricted. And again, remember, we're talking about cocaine here.
And then he says it's cocaine. That's okay. I guess cocaine's okay. Is that what he's saying? Because it looks like he's fucking on it. This is crazy.
Fentanyl is the primary killer in America. That is what...
Now you guys allowed in for forever, for the past 4 years, under the illegitimate Biden administration.
People are overdosing on, and this entire operation has nothing to do with fentanyl.
Honest reaction.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Can't make this shit up, man. You can't. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy town. I'm just gonna say it. It's fucking crazy. Here's some crazy time right here. This is chapstick. This is a real commercial. This is a real commercial. I don't know if they're playing.
Oh, so glad to have you back for the holidays, sweetheart. I left you a little care package on your bed.
Okay, that's actually adorable.
Oh my goodness, it smells like Christmas morning.
Maybe the holidays aren't so bad.
I thought that was a joke. When I first saw that on a YouTube commercial, I thought that was a joke. Because cross-dressing has always been a joke. Or just, one of your fetishes in bed. Whatever your thing is. But it's not real, and it doesn't apply to that guy going into my daughter's or my granddaughter's girl's bathroom. It doesn't. And not to get off track here, but let's go back to here. It's just nuts. No. Fucking get the boat. Take it out. Right? Oh, and yeah, I got to bring up this. And here it is. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys watch this. Because, let me see if I have Covidiot. I think I got it. Everything. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find that. I know it's in there somewhere. Oh, here it is right here. Oh, that's in my new one. No. Let's go to my live and look. Oldest. Are there people in here? Let me see. Hang on. Nope. Let me just check here real quick. I'm going to oldest. This is 9/9/17, but I have some from before that. And but I think those were done with Ebonkin. Stevie and Jim. Look at that. 9/18/17, Stevie and Jim. Wow. That's how long I've known her for a long time. Not that much anymore. She responds every once in a while to my, which is fine. I'm not trying to do anything. She can live her life. Blah, blah, blah. It's fine. We do miss her out. God, what a great journalist. Oh, my God. Hold on. Anything goes? Nope. Look at all these. Oh, my God. Yeah, I did a lot of shows, people. That's why I'm on 818, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been showing all the information for a long-ass time. 2017. We should probably go to 2020. And I used to have a lot of people on here. Some of them aren't here literally anymore, and some have just gone the way of the beast, in my opinion. The way of the beast. Angelica Duenas, Green Party, I was with that for a while. That was a big waste of time. Mike Feinstein, Green Party. My God, that was a fucking nightmare. And then, there she is again. She was always there. Good stuff, though. Susie Dawson. Daniel St. John was probably one of my best interviews because she was just... She needs to run for office, period. She needs to do it. Keep doing it. Biggest waste of my time was Rodolfo Cortez. That was a lot of energy for nothing. Green Party. Cal Songmaker Zeus. I've never heard from him, but he's probably gone full. Chris Richardson got it. He was good. God, that guy was long-winded. Good, smart guy though. Biggest scam, Steve Grumbine. God, he got mad at me because I didn't go with the TMM or MMT or whatever, UBS or UBI, which was created by the World Economic Forum. Interesting, right? When did I start exposing it? Here's right after I did a big push, a gigantic push for Jesse, who totally crumbled, who totally turned. I don't even know where that guy is. Has anybody seen Jesse Ventura? What's he doing? Is he okay? Wow, I wonder. I even had Ron Placone on. David Cobb was on here, Green Party. Joe Manchin. That was an interesting interview. I thought this chick was pretty cool. Erin Camacho. I don't know what she's doing now. Then I had my little room in Laguna Niguel. Stevie was there too. And then I finally, I think it was, here's 2020, show 208, Jesse Ventura-thon, Jesse Ventura. Oh, look, and there's a buddy of mine, John, who's gone full-on communist social stuff. It's just weird. Weird. Who's that girl here, though? The blonde. Who is the blonde chick? I wonder what happened to her. I forgot her name. We used to have a lot of people. Oh, shit, you guys can't see this. I'm sorry. We used to have a lot of people on here. A lot of people. People that were willing to talk, to say their views, to debate. Right? Seven years ago, 7 years ago, Stevie was on too. 8 years ago. Shit, that's a long time. Almost a decade. Good stuff, though. But when did I start talking about... I was so into fucking Tulsi Gabbard. I still am. She's doing the right thing. She's going to stay... Let me explain what she's doing. She's very tactical. If you think you've got it over or on Tulsi, you don't now. She gets it. She does put a lot of eggs into a basket, but not all of hers. I'll tell you right now. Just remember I said that. When did I start getting to COVID? Steve and I used to do some good shows, but we were just kind of having fun and partying and dancing and singing and playing. Here it is right here when I started. And when was this one? Let me just see here. Open mic, continuously evolving courses of event. This is when COVID first came out. What do I got here? A lot of these aren't even in here anymore. I had to take some of them out. Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Monotalk. I have an urgent message that I have to get out to everybody because I'm seeing absolute insanity happening right now. And this is in regards to germs and a virus in a drive-through window. I'm going to show you this picture and then tell me if this isn't... Oh, not that picture. Okay, this one. Hang on. As you can see... Yeah, I was very concerned about that. And then it got me thinking. And then I kept thinking. It up and then I went down the abyss. Right? And I couldn't help but continue to do research on this. Everything out here in West Virginia and all over the country. Yeah, none of this made sense to me, honestly. None of it made sense. And I was just like, this is fucked up, man. And it's not going to go back to where I want it to be. Let's go to all this. Oh, which one's popular? That was pretty popular. 419, 318, 337. The COVID stone. You got to watch that one for sure. Episode 296, 5 years ago. But let me see if I got... All right. All I'm saying is I invented Covidiot. I did. And then somebody just used it, which I'm fucking fine with. I haven't patented shit. I just hope... Oh, what's going on? No. Okay. Are you... no. I am...
The Covidiot and the Quest for a Free Hot Dog by John Cooper. This is the tragic story of the Covidiot. The Covidiot couldn't think for himself. He trusted the authorities no matter how ridiculous their rules were. He did everything he was told no matter how absurd it was. The man on TV announced a deadly virus going around the world, a pandemic, even though there was no actual evidence of that in the real world. Just give up all your freedoms and lock down in your homes, the man on TV said. The Covidiot was hypnotized by all the marketing slogans thrown at him and complied immediately. The Covidiot was told by the man on TV to keep a lookout for anyone that was not following orders. He saw a man walking in his neighborhood, breathing fresh air, and therefore putting everyone at risk. The Covidiot had to do his bit for the community and decided to report him to the police. The Covidiot needed to go for his essential shop. He decided it was better to be safe than sorry and drove in his car alone with his mask on. As he was driving, he saw all the gyms were closed, but McDonald's was allowed to stay open. They really do care about our health, cheered the Covidiot. Stay back 6 feet, the Covidiot shouted in terror as someone came close to him. The Covidiot made sure everyone he saw were no closer than 6 feet from him. Any closer and the Covidiot thought he would almost certainly catch the virus. As he walked around, he noticed the books, toys, electronics, home decor, bedding, gardening supplies, sports equipment, makeup, craft materials, stationery, furniture, seasonal items and outdoor gear were all closed off from the public. Yet the alcohol section remained fully open. The Covidiot didn't see any issue with this as he strolled past. The Covidiot was delighted as he finally found what he was looking for, something that would guarantee his survival. On the way home, the Covidiot stopped off in his local restaurant. He panicked as there were so many dirty spreaders in there. However, when he sat down and his meal arrived, he took his mask off. Oh goody, the virus can't get me if I'm eating my dinner, said the Covidiot proudly. That evening, the Covidiot watched the countless TikTok videos of doctors and nurses doing synchronized dance routines that would have taken hours and hours to rehearse and perform during a supposed pandemic. However, the penny didn't drop for the Covidiot that the hospitals were obviously empty. The next day, the Covidiot received the sad news that his nan was dying in her care home. But the man on TV said people could not see their loved ones because they need to stay home and stay safe instead. The same day, a Black Lives Matter rally took place near the Covidiot's home, and the man on TV said you couldn't catch the virus if you're at a BLM rally. Oh, wonderful luck! I'll go to that instead, said the Covidiot. A few months later, an experimental jab was rushed out, despite real vaccines typically taking years of research, trials and testing. The man on TV bombarded the Covidiot with new marketing slogans. Your shot to get back to normal. Protect your loved ones, get the vaccine. Do it for the greater good. Of course, the Covidiot followed orders unquestioningly. Despite getting the jab that was meant to protect him, the Covidiot was told he had COVID a few days later. Instead of questioning this, the Covidiot was programmed by the man on TV to believe that he wasn't safe until everyone had this jab. The Covidiot was programmed by the man on TV to target those who thought for themselves and question the mainstream narrative, belittling, shaming and coercing them into getting the experimental injection that doesn't protect you. If they chose not to, he would shout the insults he was programmed to use like tinfoil hat wearer in an attempt to force compliance. That weekend, the Covidiot went to watch his favourite football team play. Multiple players collapsed with heart issues on the pitch and there was a medical emergency in the crowd. But this has always happened, said the Covidiot confidently and reassuringly. Just 3 weeks after his experimental jab, the Covidiot was rushed to hospital. He had a heart problem, developed blood clots and got a turbo cancer. But he just couldn't connect the dots. I must have long COVID, sighed the Covidiot. The man on TV was now moving the goalposts and saying one jab wasn't enough and that everyone now needs a second jab to be fully vaccinated. Only then could they have their freedom back. I have no choice but to take the second jab, said the Covidiot, who had only just got out of hospital. I mean, how else can I have a holiday in Mallorca? Now the man on TV was demanding a third jab, a booster. Only then could you get your freedom back. But with this, you could get a free hot dog. Hurrah! Whooped the Covidiot, holding his free hot dog aloft in triumph after getting his booster. Look at all those pathetic anti-vaxxers who have missed out. A few days later. The Covidiot and the quest for a free hot dog, out now on Amazon. The perfect gift for your Covidiot friends and family to remind them how fucking crazy they went.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. You can't agree with that. You can't disagree with that. It was, I mean, once I saw back in early 2020 of all the fast food restaurants being open, well, wait a second. They're transferring credit cards and money, probably the most dirtiest thing you could possibly touch from human to human, besides, sex and kissing and all that stuff. And then the food, but they were shortening the hours for Walmart and grocery stores, packing people in closer, but you had to stay 6 feet apart. None of it made sense. Mask, none of it. And then I started doing more research, and I found out, basically, and here it is, according to the Deagle report, which you get to look up 2017 version, 2/3 of the planet's population should have been gone by now. The plans didn't go well because some of us decided not to take it. And some of us decided to help those people we loved and cared about to try to tell them to not do the same thing. And I'm watching people next door to me that are having a terrible time with their immune system, their healing systems, everything. It's just, people. And if you only took a little bit of it, your body has a mechanism in its DNA itself to force that shit out and to stop it and to get rid of it, which is good. But the more you take it, the worse you're going to be. And if you hear anybody on any social media saying, I'm fine, everything's great, I'm on my 1000th booster and everything's good, they're full of shit. They're full of shit. Because we've seen the evidence, we've seen the information, the CDC even printed it out under the Biden administration of all the fucking mRNA vaccine failures. Let's just say they were serious failures of the worst kind, unalived failures of a lot of people taking that crap. And they're just Covidiots, and they're still out there. They're still out there. And the first thing they do is they call you a troll for trying to help them, but then right off the bat they're there, they're getting their money, or however they're doing it. But I tried really hard. So Pam, it's time to get the baseball bat out of the trunk. Just grab one of your kids' Pony League or Little League bats, aluminum, and go to town. Start swinging away at the fences, right? Start going after all these J6 people, the Biden auto pen people. I mean, I want to see some people with charges. And if you don't do it now, you're going to be too late, because having people with just charges isn't going to secure the 26 midterms, or definitely 28. For whoever we need. And look, yes, some of the Republicans are going to go down, but that's really draining the swamp. Period. Do the job, drain the swamp. The guy didn't get shot in the ear for nothing. He's fucking there. Save him, save his legacy, and take care of us, the American people that you work for. Right? I'm talking to Bonadingo, I'm talking to Patel, and everybody in that cabinet. You guys are going to make your money. We get it, okay? In the future, we understand your positions now, right? But it's time to take action. What you've done so far with the mess that the illegitimate Biden administration has created for, 4 years, right? $700 billion in this immigration scam that happened. The actual numbers that I looked up was crazy. All the money they spent on food and healthcare, transportation, busing, trains, airplanes. hotel rooms, lodging, homes, while Social Security seniors were getting on an average of $1,700 a month. Illegal immigrants were getting like $4 to $5 grand. It's crazy. And we're talking 18 to 20 million, maybe more, maybe less, within a small span of time. There's just so many things that need to be, there's so many people that need to be charged that were part of this, that lifted the pen or created it or put it together. It doesn't matter if Biden wasn't there for the auto pen to work, and I think it's like 92% or 80 something 9% of the auto pens that he did, he never knew about or understood what the fuck they were for or who they were for, then that's his fault. He's the commander in chief. It's still his fault. It's under his watch. Right? That whole thing with China and his son and Burisma, that's not even on that list. Is it on that list? Anyway, all I'm saying is if you don't start rolling out the charges now, you're going to be late. The Christmas present that MAGA, Maha, Mafa, Massa want, right? What we want and what we're demanding is charges, prosecutions, no more dog and pony show hearings. I don't give a fuck what they're going to say or what they're going to say in front of the Congress people in some chamber. It doesn't do shit. I want to see actual court of law prosecutions with discovery, which evidence, which all the plethora of information that I know you guys have. Like I said, don't get me started on 9/11. Just don't. Right? There's some more to come. I'm working for this week, and I'll be out for Christmas vacation. I got some other stuff coming up with the insurance company I'm doing, and a lot of good stuff that's happening. All I have to say is this. We're out there paying our taxes. We're out there working. I know you guys are doing a lot of stuff. I see it. These cabinet meetings are great. I know they're just stroking, most of it's about stroking Trump. I get it. But at the same time, you're saying a lot of, we've caught this and done that and this and that. But you've been going after the low-hanging fruit and maybe going after the low-hanging fruit, which has been proven to be profitable in a sense or productive. Because then that leads to up the tier. It leads up the ladder and starts connecting dots to other people. When you start, saying, hey, look, man, you need to let us know who's doing this for you or how it's working. Because once you start to find out how this entire thing works and rolls, like I said, it's time to truly be transparent. It's time for them to truly be held accountable and not just talking about it like it's going to fucking happen. And Elena Abbott, that's a nice letter for her. That was really nice, but that's not what we want. That's not what we want, Pam. That's not what anybody wants. I mean, it's not about just doing your job. It's about what's best for decent, patriotic, God-fearing, hard-working Americans out there that are counting on you and your cabinet, along with Donald Trump, to start putting away or charging the people that have been trying to hand over this country to the globalist predator class, just like the UK is being handed over to them right now. That's happening in real time. Right? Starmer or whoever these fucking idiots are that are running those countries, the European Union chick Mayer, whatever her name is, Yair, short blonde old lady. Yeah, they're just handing over their countries to the globalists, and because there's so much chaos going to happen, what's basically going to happen, mark my words, and I've said this before many times, is that they're going to say, well, we can't control what's going on. We need the UN. We need NATO to come in. We need some blue helmets, help us. And then next thing you know, it's under fucking global law, global governance. Look that up in the World Economic Forum website. It's not a joke. It's real. That's the goal. right? And to get rid of 2/3 of the planet's population and hoard the rest for themselves. These sick fuckers are still out there, and you guys need to find them and stop that fucking communication. Stop them. And you need to go after our own. You've got to go after our own first. First. I know you're hitting this place and that place, this foreign, that nation, whatever. But you've got to gut out the domestic terrorism that's happening now. Right? And the Demoncratic Party is all about it. All about it. And they just, you know, there's just so much up here. And sometimes it gets overwhelming. But I think the next show, you know, I'll just show you real quick and then I'm done. But I just posted this, right, on, yes, JFK's doing a good job. Good for him. Right? Yay. But where's the tallow? Where's the tallow, bro? We still only have like 5 restaurant chains that have fucking tallow. What happened? Yeah, there's a thing here. Oh, I got to go play Call of Duty with my grandson. That's got to be fun. Okay, good. This right here just happened. So the reason I'm going to show you this is because, and look, you can do whatever you want, but this is grooming 101, period. I don't care. And maybe people that you're watching or somebody that's watching out there got groomed or you groomed somebody else. Who knows? But I still believe that the primal self in us, like me, a female body to me is just it, period. And the need for all this other stuff is not important. It's not that important. And your kids and your daughters, they need that nucleus of primal hunter-gatherer, you know, the way it's always been, way it should be. But these fuckers here in Hawaii, this is just crazy. This is craziness. Look at this. Look at this. Establishing a shield law to protect gender-affirming care, that's mutilation, expanding gender markers on birth certificates, and mandating an accurate count of hate crimes in Hawaii are some top priorities advocates are urging lawmakers to focus on during the 2026 legislative session. No, they're not. No, they're not. That's bullshit. This comes after a slew of executive orders from the President Donald Trump to ban transgender people from military. Thank you very much. Revoke federal diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. Just why? I don't want some fucking crazy nut fuck next to me in a trench fighting somebody. He's not right. He's not right. They're not right. They're not there. They're not together. And tried to end gender affirming care for people under 19. What? The legislative session begins January 20th, 2026. This is what I wrote about this piece. This disgusting, delusional, deranged, demoncratic assault on babies, children, and teenagers must be stopped and eradicated immediately. These monsters continue to groom, mutilate, and abuse children across the country, especially in the islands. This is ridiculous. How is this even a fucking thing right now? It's just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Yeah, I already want... Anyway. All right, so I'm going to end with that. If you have any problems with that, come on. You're welcome to debate and talk with me. Sure, go ahead. I would love to hear about it. I'm going to tell you right now that you better bring solid, viable, pertinent information. I don't want to hear name calling. I don't want to hear you're an asshole. I don't want to hear anything like that, because if that starts, you're gone. If you have something that actually makes sense, which none of this makes sense with them, these gender-affirming care fucking grooming pieces of shit, none of that makes sense. Okay? None of it makes sense. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. Look, if you want to be, I already said, if you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to be lesbian, be lesbian. But if you want to walk in a bathroom as a 43-year bearded man in a fucking thong into a women's or girl's bathroom and expect me to be okay with that, you got something you're gonna be feeling real quick. right? Yeah, you're going to be in some corner pretty fucked up. Because that don't fly with me. It doesn't fly. It's just sickening, disgusting, heinous behavior. And we can't let that be correct or good. You know, if you want to bump fur, bump fur. If you want to slap dicks, slap dicks. That's up to you. Keep it away from the kids. Let them grow first. Let them get older. Let them make their own decisions. Let them experiment. I'm fine, whatever. But don't tell me that they don't know what they are, or that they know they're going to be trans when they're in the womb, or they're 4, or they're 8, or they're 9. Something could have happened that could have changed that mentality or something. Let them figure it out for themselves when they become adults. Is that fair? Absolutely, that's fair. It's fine with me. And they can do whatever they want with their... I mean, look, I wouldn't approve of it, but if one of my kids wanted to do that shit, hey, go ahead. I'm still going to love you. But don't fucking stay away from children. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's that simple. But these people want to fucking go after children. Under 19. Like, what age? To where? Do you guys understand? Does anybody get it? I know people are getting this, but there's a lot of people that still don't. And it's really alarming. It is extremely disgusting, extremely delusional, overwhelmingly deranged, and in many cases demonic. Right? If we leave religion out of it, it's just wrong. Right? Anyway, all I have to say about that is thank you very much for watching. This is James with Monotalk. I hope you had a good time. You learned a little something. If you need any information on some of the older videos that I have, there's some that I'm going to put back on. That were taken down. I'm going to see if they roll. I'm going to actually play them soon. Go to my Odyssey. You'll see some of those older ones. There's some that I took off, or I knew they were going to get banned after I did them. There's some I would make sure that I made copies of back in early 2020 that I have copies of now. That are some of those are on Odyssey. A few of them are on Rumble. But yeah, I figured out what was going on and I stopped. I knew this was a gigantic scam. The pandemic was just a fucking giant scam. And now we all know that climate change as well. And if you got a problem with that, come on and debate me, please. I would love it. Yeah, the same bridge that is there at Waikiki Beach in front of the Ely Kai of the Royal Hawaiian, not the Royal Hawaiian, or Rainbow Hawaiian, used to call it Rainbow Hawaiian, has the same water level that it's always had. Plymouth Rock is still at the same water level that it's always had. 250 years ago. I mean, there's so much evidence to show. I mean, oh God, you know what? I'm going to have to fucking play this. Fuck it. I'm going to do it. Yeah. I got to do it just because. I think it's this guy here.
Federal report today predicted possible catastrophic warming of the Earth by the 1990s with the strong climate change.
What the scientists are telling us, that we don't get our act together within the next 8 or 9 years. We're talking about cities all over the world, major cities going underwater.
Federal report today predicted possible catastrophic warming of the Earth by the 1990s with the strong climate change.
What the scientists are telling us, that we don't get our act together within the next 8 or 9 years. We're talking about.
Yeah, it's just pretty. Look, the only thing that you need to know is you need to question authority and its sources at every turn. Whether you're Candace Owens, Laura Loomer, MTG, or Chip Roy, or whoever. Congress, a judiciary, an executive, or mayor, or whatever, just or person on the street, or even myself, Jim with Monotalk, that's been around since 2017. You're going to get the information. I'm that guy that dove into the abyss. I don't mind going down deep into the abyss, and I know this sounds kind of sexual, and I don't mind that either. And okay. Diving down, okay, into the abyss, past the rabbit hole. And I'll go down there, but a lot of people don't want to hear. That's the thing about my shows. A lot of people don't want to put it together. They don't want to connect those dots. No, there's no way. There's no way that's happened. There's no way. And I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt, whether you're the president or not the president or whoever you are. I've always been fair that way. And I just think it's important that we know. I think it's important, and it's our duty as American citizens to question authority and its sources at every turn. Chickadee, chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Right? That's my saying, too. I got a lot of them. Thank you. Aloha. Take care.